Are steroids necessary to gain muscle, and do you do them? Who asked me this question? I would honestly say it's probably about 90 to 95% of people that I see in my gym that do PEDs, and I'm like, you're not even really getting your money's worth from it because What is up, guys? Welcome back to Liftaholics TV. Today, I'm answering each and every question that you have sent to my DMs on Instagram. I mean, it's only about 5 or 6, but give me a break. We're still a small, growing channel, but I'm gonna answer each and every one that you dropped. So if you're someone who's dropped me a DM in the past, I'm about 100% sure that your question is in this stack right here. Let's get into it. Question number one, how much muscle can you build a week naturally? So I feel like this is a really, really good question. So if it's your first year working out, you've never lifted before, you go to the gym, you get your membership, you're in your early 20s, you're hype, you're juiced up, got your protein shakes, you got your gym shoes, you got your water bottle, you're gonna be able to gain somewhere around 20 pounds of muscle that first year that you're working out. Now, that's only if you're doing things the proper way, getting the right amount of protein, getting your creatine in, you're on a solid workout plan. Those things are going to help you get that 20 pounds of muscle. Now, as you get into the growing stages, the intermediate stages of weightlifting, you're only going to be able to gain somewhere between 5 and 10 pounds of muscle around that stage. The muscle gaining process is going to slow down a little bit. And once you get to those advanced stages, you're only going to put in somewhere around 2 pounds of muscle, 2 to 5 pounds of muscle on a large scale per year. That muscle growth is going to slow down. So it's important to build that foundation your first couple years lifting. Make sure you have a good base, a good solid foundation, and you know how to lift. If you do things properly that first year when you're working out, you're going to build a really good foundation. If you're lifting with good tempo, if you got a good solid program, those things are only going to carry over to your later years, which is going to make it easier for you to build muscle as you get more advanced in the gym. Question number two, when should you switch up your workout routine? This is another really good question. So a lot of times people get into this rhythm of just doing the same things over and over and over and over again, which is actually a positive thing. You want to make sure that you're sticking to that same routine, and you want to make sure that you're using all of the exercises that have effectively helped you grow, all the exercises that you feel the most, all the exercises that have helped you build muscle. All of that stuff are indicators that you need to keep that exercise in your routine. Now, if it's an exercise that you're not feeling at all, after 3 or 4 weeks, just take that exercise out and replace it with something either that you know is effective or something you haven't tried before. But as a general rule of thumb, if you got 5 or 6 exercises and you feel like all of them are effective and they've all helped you grow, just switch up the exercise order. It's going to be a lot different if you squat at the front of your leg day than if you squat at the back of your leg day. You're going to feel a major difference. You might feel like you lost some strength, but you didn't really lose any strength. You just already exhausted your legs. So you could change up the exercise order even if you don't want to swap out any exercises. Next question. What's the best way to build a bigger chest? So this is something I feel like every dude wants. Big chest, big arms, good abs, all that good stuff. So building your chest comes down to keeping it to just a couple different movements. Obviously, if you're prioritizing and emphasizing incline movement, incline barbell, incline dumbbell press, you utilize a Smith machine too, because that's going to help you put more tension on your chest than a regular barbell. You're using the incline press machines that they got in the front of the gym. All those things are going to help your upper chest, which is going to give you a more fuller, more complete look in your chest. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing things from the flat or the mid-level fly, the flat barbell or dumbbell bench. All those things are going to help you not only build your strength, but also build up the size of your chest. It's not necessarily the heaviest weight that's going to help you build your chest. It's going at a good tempo. It's using a different variation of the fly. Maybe you feel the cable fly more than a dumbbell fly. Keep the cable fly in your program. Maybe you're feeling the Smith machine in your chest more than you're feeling the barbells. Well, just use the Smith machine then for a couple weeks. Give the barbell a rest. Use what's hitting your chest the most, where you're feeling your chest the most. It's easy for your triceps, your front delts, all that stuff to kick in when you're working your chest. But using the dumbbells is going to help you isolate each side of your chest. If you got a muscle imbalance, the left arm or the left side is stronger than the right side, that's going to help you balance that stuff out more than the barbells. The flies are going to give you a different variation, a different way to hit your chest. Make sure incorporating all of the exercises that you feel the most in your chest. Make sure you're incorporating some sets to failure, some drop sets. All of that stuff is going to help you confuse the chest muscle and of course, emphasizing that upper chest. All right. When is the best time to do cardio? You probably couldn't have asked me this question before a couple weeks ago because I wasn't doing any kind of cardio. But the best time to do cardio depends on your goals. So for right now, I'm in a cut, but I also have different goals as far as my bench press. I want to reach a certain weight there for my rep weight. I just want to get overall stronger. In order to keep that strength in my sessions, I have to put the cardio at the back end of the workout. If I, do 20 minutes of stairs and 15 minutes of the row machine before my workout, I'm going to be completely gassed. I'm not going to have enough energy to push that heavier weight while still maintaining a good tempo, but I won't be able to lift as much weight. And I feel like at the part of my weightlifting journey that I'm on, I need to make sure that I'm not only using a good tempo and a full range of motion, but I'm using a good weight that shocks my muscle too. So I want to make sure that I save my strength for the weightlifting aspects of the workout. Now, if you're someone who's just trying to lose weight altogether in general, you can do your cardio before you do the strength training. Some people like to do that to get it out of the way. Since you're not really focusing on building or kind of bodybuilding or making those details pop out in your muscles, you're just concerned about losing body fat percentage, which is perfectly fine. You can put your cardio in front of the workout, but if you're really trying to focus on getting those details to pop out, increasing your strength, I would highly suggest doing your cardio at the end of the workout. Next question, can you target fat loss? No. Fat loss cannot be targeted. Even for myself, it's like, I just want to lose, the little extra around the belly. It's not going to work like that. You're going to lose fat from wherever your body decides that you're going to lose it from. It's not up to you. You don't get to determine that. I wish you could, but you don't. So what you need to do if you're someone who's trying to lose fat and build muscle, you need to make sure you keep a high protein intake. That way, when you're doing all this cardio, burning all these calories, your body's intaking that protein, helping you repair the muscles, helping them get stronger, helping them get bigger. Now, you also need to make sure that you're focusing on your strength training too. You can't start, just doing a shorter routine or doing less sets and less reps because you're trying to lose a little bit of weight. You want to replace that fat percentage in muscle, and it's going to look a lot better than it would if you were just doing all cardio. Are steroids necessary to gain muscle, and do you do them? Who asked me this question? Are steroids necessary to gain muscle? No, steroids are not necessary to gain muscle, and I do not do them. I've never done any form of PEDs. I've never tried or experimented. The only supplement I've ever used is monohydrate creatine. I've tried some curcumin, which is a supplement to help with your joints. I've tried that, worked out all right. Did a little bit on omegas for some time. I mean, it was whatever. The biggest results I've seen off of any supplement was creatine. But no, you do not need steroids to gain muscle. Now, if you're someone who's trying to compete in an Olympia, if you're trying to win a show, if you're trying to compete at a high world international level, you might need them, but I would not suggest, or I'm not going to encourage anybody to use steroids. I feel like you can get some really, really good results without using performance enhancing drugs. And a lot of times when I see people in the gym who are using PEDs, it's like, bro, you haven't even maxed out your natural physique or your natural genetics. You can still get a lot more just from getting in a good protein intake, taking 5 grams of creatine per day, keeping a good water intake, and being on a good workout regimen. It's a lot of people like that. I would honestly say it's probably about 90 to 95% of people that I see in my gym that do PEDs. And I'm like, you're not even really getting your money's worth from it because you never built that solid foundation. You might not have the genetics for it. It might be a lot of different reasons, but you can get some really, really good results just building muscle naturally. You don't need to put your body through that stress. You don't need to have the negative impacts of doing steroids in order to build muscle. It's just going to take time. It's just going to take a lot longer, but the benefits of it will be a lot more rewarding and you'll have more longevity in weightlifting. That is it, guys, for my first ever Q&A. If you got any questions, don't feel like you have to go to my Instagram page and drop me a DM, although you are more than welcome to. Just drop a couple questions right here in the comment section underneath. And before you get out of here, make sure you hit that subscribe and notification button so you can be up to date on any further videos that I post in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.